Let's see here. Oh yeah, get your games graded by Wata. Okay, let's see. Oh, what's that smell? Oh, smells like market manipulation. Woo, woo. I think it's a scam, not financial advice. Just my opinion. Let's talk.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. That's right, the video game show that is not hosted by an annoying e-beggar. There is no Patreon, no super chats. That's right, we just talk about the games we love and how fun it is to hoard them. Collect them. Now, with that said, let's get ready for the show. On today's episode, this show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. Once again, we're going to talk about investments, so we got to do the disclaimer. This is not financial advice, it's for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into it. Guys, the video by Jobst, and I was watching it and going through it, man, it's eye-opening. Carl Jobst is his name, and let me say, these are the kind of guys that give capitalists and investors a bad name. We're in a video game bubble right now, as many of you might have noticed, meaning the price of video games are at all-time high. They say there's an idiot born every minute, and those idiots right now are buying Wata games. I think that the evidence put here forth is more than enough to start raising questions. I'm sure pretty soon the powers that be are going to start looking at if there's any market manipulation, and if I had to take a guess, there's some going on here for sure, right? And in the environment we're in, guys, with this market manipulation going on, not only by them, right, alleged market manipulation, not only by them, but by resellers, by game hoarders that are resellers, right? They inflate the prices. What they do is, if there's a game that's rare, they'll corner the market. They'll buy all the copies they can, and then they create scarcity, right? And then they release these games one at a time, right? For those of you who are not knowledgeable, let's just say, just hypothetically, there's 2,000 copies of a certain game, right? And this certain game is $40. And I go far and beyond, and I pay whatever the price is, right, for those games, and I buy, I don't know, 1,200 of those games, and I own them myself, right? It doesn't matter what price I paid for those games. Now I can set the market, right? What's going on here with Wata is a lot of, actually, I don't see any population numbers when they grade a game. So they can say a game is, worth $1,000, let's say. But what is if there's 50 million copies? It can't be worth $1,000 if you have that many in the market. So there's a lot of shenanigans going on here. So as gamers, as people that want to play games, for a long time I was against emulation, right? Because it wasn't the original intent of the creators. It's sort of like downloading music, legally downloading music. But as time went on, and I talked to different people, right, and my opinion changed once I saw what was going on in the market. Shit like this. People should be able to enjoy these games, at a fair price, right? When you're paying $200 and $300 for a game, it just becomes unobtainable for a lot of people. But all bubbles burst, guys. If you're in the market for video games right now, if you really love the games, not like these a-holes at Wata, but if you really love the games and you want to play them, just wait. That's all you have to do. If you're interested in buying physical copies, all bubbles burst. Eventually they will burst for one reason or another. And the reason I see coming, for the burst here is cloud gaming, right? Most of the customers for these type of games are guys like me, or my age, or around my age, right? Let's say anywhere from 30 to whatever, 60. And as that market starts shrinking because they're getting older and moving on, right? The market's just not going to be there for these games. You can see it, for example, now in Atari. Atari games are a lot cheaper than they were 15 years ago because, a lot of the older gamers that started with the Atari, like myself, are no longer there. As a matter of fact, most gamers that played video games in that era, most of them still hold on to those prejudices. Oh, my accent sometimes gets in the way of being a nerd and stuff like that. You'd be surprised. They still linger. Regardless, it's a shrinking market. So these bubbles, whether it's for the Saturn, the one that I love the most, let's say the Turbo Graphics, eventually will diminish. All you have to do is wait, because when the bubble bursts, people get desperate, and you're going to see some of these games going for very low prices, regardless whether they're graded or not. I myself have a pretty decent collection, and it's right now, worth, thousands and thousands. I don't care because I'm not into my games to sell them, right? For me, it doesn't matter if my games are worth half as much tomorrow. It makes no difference because I play my games. That's the only reason I have them. They're not an investment. But when these a-holes that are manipulating the market see values go down 20%, they'll start jumping ship. All they're doing is inflating the prices, right? And then selling them and then moving forward. It's a just real easy pump and dump, as people call it, right? Artificially inflating the prices, sell at the top, and let somebody else holding the bag. Trust me, you don't want to be the guy that paid $10,000 for, an NES game that's going to be worth only, $500 in 4 years, because that's exactly what's going to happen. Cloud gaming is going to change the video game landscape, not only for Wata, but for many consoles coming ahead. And I'll make a separate video on that because I think the driving force behind all this is Microsoft. And that's the stock that I'm going to be talking about next. All right, humans. Hey, watch out there. Don't fall into these scams. Right now, there's a lot of money in the video game market. And there's a lot of people talking a lot of smack trying to get your hard-earned dollars, whether it's retro consoles or, graded games or investments in video games, buying slices or NFTs on video games. Don't fall for any of this shit because this market will pop. And when it does, a lot of people are going to get hurt. So watch out. Guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.